Again, people asking, is it possible? Could Lin Yun-Ju do it? Pull off another upset?
First game.
My answer is absolutely.
Level.
Do I think he will? That's a different question. Tough to say. Xu Xin with a lot of experience, and he's going to have to use that to get through the silent assassin. The heavy push, spin variation, a big part of Xu Xin's game. Starting off the match, winning a point on the receive. Outstanding spin, the rotation from Lin Yun-Ju's backhand. Even testing the forehand of Xu Xin. Comfortable in that backhand corner, but the amounts of side spin on his loops. We'll see how Lin Yun-Ju handles. Fast long serve and receive popped up a little bit. Xu Xin playing bold from the start. Again, that flexible wrist and the pen hold grip. Xu Xin, tough to predict. Where is he going to go?
Again,
heavy rotation on the serve. Very close to dribbling over Lin Yun-Ju in the short game. At the open line, heavy topspin coming in so far. Xu Xin in control. These two have never played before head-to-head, according to ITTF.com. Down the line, first big shot we've seen from Lin Yun-Ju. Now, while anything's possible in this match, remember Lin Yun-Ju lost the first game quite convincingly against Xu Xin, and then turned everything around. That being said, Xu Xin would still be the favorite by most standards here. World number 3 against world number 20. World number 3's just beaten world number 1 to get here. He's won the Japan Open before recently. Oh, what a turn to cover the middle from way in the backhand corner. Xu Xin getting this forehand into play. Has to completely lean his upper body and take a very abbreviated stroke. Better response, a little break off the net. I was going to say better response to the fast long serve than the time before. Quick adjustment from Lin Yun-Ju. A little bit of fortune to help him out as well. It's rare to see Xu Xin take a shot like this. That's a good sign for Lin Yun-Ju. Right at the baseline. Xu Xin trying to wrap across, taking some high-risk shots already on several occasions in this game. 1 point between them now. Control, despite the hesitation. Again, Lin Yun-Ju looking for the attack. Decides, nope, I have to play it passively, so I'm going to keep it deep and right at the baseline. Ends up getting the point. It's like he's got a computer running in his head, analyzing the highest probability, what the solution is to any problem. Missing the contact here on the forehand. Xu Xin with a spinny shot to the short side. Just a little bit behind that. Had to come through it a little bit more flat. Couldn't quite get the rotation he wanted.
Seven.
I think expected a little more spin on that. Lin Yun-Ju trying to counter flat. A little bit of topspin back, but ball goes pretty flat down. Second towel break, Xu Xin up by 2. I'm shaking my head just because I'm impressed. How many people fish to Xu Xin? We saw it a little bit in the men's doubles final from Benedict Duda. Lin Yun-Ju realized it was a very uncomfortable ball. He better invest in the next shot. Second bounce.
5-8.
Is it a let service? Ah, let service, okay. I thought for a moment Xu Xin was saying the ball bounced twice on the table. And sure enough, he is. They're going to correct the score here. Outright service point for Lin Yun-Ju. Sportsman Xu Xin. As cool and fair as they come.
8-6.
Applause for that, please. Well, I thought that was good of Xu Xin. Hope everyone else in the world is impressed with his character.
9-6.
Maybe it's not impressive. Maybe that's just the standard. Do the right thing. Xu Xin's been doing that for as long as I've known him, as long as I've been watching him play. A little bit of football practice there. I've seen Xu Xin kick a table tennis ball into a bucket from about 20 feet away. You can find that on his social media. ITTF shared it too. Backhand over the table.
9.
Bread and butter for Lin Yun-Ju. Two big serves here. And the backhand. Again, the pressure.
9.
I'm just thinking that at any given moment, Xu Xin is so dangerous. Keeps the topspin on, plays it deep to the corner of the table, forces Xu Xin into a punching counter backhand. 1 point between them now. Wow, dealt with the side spin. I was wondering if he'd be able to calibrate when Xu Xin gets that hooking forehand top side spin. Gets him fishing. Xu Xin not missing by a lot from behind the table. There you go. Where's the Xu Xin fan club been throughout all this? He needs you. He's in trouble. This is 9-all. Just the first game. The best of 7 men's singles final. Xu Xin with the serves. Oh, the touch on both sides. What a clever receive from Lin Yun-Ju and the fast feet of the cloudwalker. Watch him get to this. He goes the wrong way first. Still, he saves it. Spinning it from under the table. Not a bad setup at all for Lin Yun-Ju, but game point to Xu Xin. Two points in a row, nearly the same. Xu Xin spinning it as low to the net as he can. Very focused finish to game number 1. Quite impressive to get through Lin Yun-Ju in game number 1. We'll be back for game number 2 right after this.
Second game, Xu to serve, level.
Back for game number 2. Xu Xin leading 1-0. Narrow escape in game number 1. Lin Yun-Ju creating quite a fight out here. Loaded with spin, that backhand. Again, really times the ball well. For a lanky guy, quite thin player. Still very limber, very quick, especially in the backhand. I'm just shaking my head. I'm shaking my head up here because I can't believe it. I've watched Lin Yun-Ju for a few years now. from on the island to off. And the fact that he's competing with world rank number 3 and that he beat world rank number 2 already, asks for permission to tie his shoe quickly, retie. Started off this game strong. Against 2 serves, 2-0 lead. Even recovering the net ball, punches back Xu Xin's topspin. A lot of players think they know what to expect. They've watched him on YouTube, they've seen him on the World Tour, and then they feel the spin, the impact of Xu Xin's forehand, and everything changes. What spin from Lin Yun-Ju. Back of the table. Gets a ball that floats up. When do you see Xu Xin miscalibrate a block like this? Don't know if that hit the finger on the way. He does have the fingers up higher than most on the backhand. Good power from Xu Xin, as he typically has on that cross-court shot, but he can't leave the table wide open. Left open the line a bit, but comes right back just in case. Don't know how many leg sweeping shots we're gonna see, nor leg sleeping shots for that matter. Change of heart, clever idea. Lin Yun-Ju handcuffed with the serve. Thought he might have a good opportunity to open on the attack. Changes his mind. But much like Ma Long, there's a level of trickery there. If he makes this shot, Xu Xin's not prepared for it. It's pretty much an inverse pancake flip. Showing the Chiquita, pulling back for a push. Oh, clever idea, perfect placement. Xu Xin just wide enough to get out of reach. Lin Yun-Ju is gonna slap it the other way. Blitzes the table a little bit, gets the racket up high. Xu Xin still down by 1. 3 in a row, though, for the cloudwalker. Fast, long serve and an outright point to serve down the line. Ma Long was the player I've seen do more than anybody, but he makes it look exactly the same as his other pendulum serves, and at the last moment turns the racket to brush, not even brush, just hit straight up behind the ball. That's a tough way to receive to Xu Xin. Lin Yun-Ju, I think, a little bit timid after the last receive where he tried to push after changing his mind. It's not going to be easy to get in position to counter that ball. Again, the open line. Lin Yun-Ju disguises his placement so well. You might wonder how this 17-year-old could dominate Dima 2 times. This is after talking to Jörg Roskopf. Just so impressed with Lin Yun-Ju, how well he's handled the top players in the world. This is the biggest test he's had yet this tournament here. Perfectly played by Xu Xin over the table, that penhold grip. Obviously the skill of the player holding that penhold racket, but just inside the table, that's not an easy ball. Oh, turns the corner himself, and Xu Xin anticipates it, plays out to the middle. Doesn't turn by much, just starts to turn. Xu Xin would be on the chase for the next ball. 6 points apiece. Lin Yun-Ju starting off better in this game than he did in game number 1. He was chasing the whole way back to keep it close and get to 9-9. Lin Yun-Ju at 9-9, I thought, had an outstanding push receive, and Xu Xin still managed to recover. But it's been a little while since Lin Yun-Ju's push receives have paid off for him. Service warning. please remove your free arm. Had a good look at the assistant umpire there.
7-6.
Xu Xin got it, wanted to make sure he was clear on what the message was. Again, he's been practicing English, but even still the body language should make that quite clear. Oh, what a combination.
6-8.
Leaves the arm out for a bit, moves it. Plenty of time for Lin Yun-Ju to see the ball the whole time. This is a common habit for table tennis players. Move the arm at the last moment possible. Follow-up combination after the long serve to the backhand corner. Secures Xu Xin. 2-point lead here. What patient play. And he hangs in there for the counterattack with the side spin. The first two attacks against those lobs, I don't know if you felt it, but there was a sense of, what are you doing? He's spinning it softly. It was like when Xu Xin tried to play against the lobs from Lin Yun-Ju. That one that he missed, we don't see too many people spinning softly, but he was very selective about when he hit hard, out to the forehand. 1 point between them now. And the spinny backhand ties it up once again. Now, playing close games is nice, but it doesn't get a game on the scoreboard. You can lose 0-4 to the best player in the world and tell all your friends about it. But what they usually find, unless they look really closely, is simply 4-0. So it's time right now for Lin Yun-Ju to make an impact on the scoreboard in a major way. Fools Xu Xin. Gets him tripping up. He's got some clouds stuck on the back of his shoe. Watch again. Xu Xin waits, starts to hop back, and has to go the other way. Clever, clever, silent assassin. Keeping the hands cool, making sure there's no sweat, that he's got proper grip on the racket handle. Oh, fooled once again!
10-8.
2 shots in this rally. Most players are going to have trouble keeping in play. Here's one, heavy side and top. Lin Yun-Ju plays it to the middle of the table and then goes the other way. Sees Xu Xin starting to creep around, says, I want a forehand from the backhand side. Just little subtle movements, and Lin Yun-Ju picks up on it, changes his mind for where to play the ball, now has 2 game points on his serves. Outstanding pressure from Xu Xin. Lin Yun-Ju calm throughout, waiting for his moment to play the big shot. The moment never came. Second serve here. Big opportunity, an important serve for Lin Yun-Ju to secure the game. Oh, it sits up a little bit high. The serve gets away. What a clean and clever receive from Xu Xin. Not very high. Takes it over the table. You can see how pumped he is. Had he waited a moment longer, the opportunity would not have been there. Lin Yun-Ju's serve, I mean, potentially could have won that game outright had Xu Xin not taken it at its peak. Now here we are at deuce in game number 2. Oh, back edge of the table for Xu Xin, a bit of fortune. Earned some game point. 2 game points saved, 1 earned. Quick to apologize, but in position for a 2-0 lead. Ooh, heavy underspin on that serve. Surprise. See in the replay. Stays shallow. Xu Xin tries to keep it short. Not easy to shut down the backhand of Lin Yun-Ju. Clever handcuffing serve. Second deuce point here in game 2. Very tough when Xu Xin gets that opening forehand near the table. He's working for it. Lin Yun-Ju, if he can surprise from time to time Xu Xin, which he's done, whether it means coming in for the backhand over the table, taking a risk a bit here and there. Xu Xin clearing the air with another game point. Right down the line to the open forehand. I thought Lin Yun-Ju had missed his chance. He hesitated on the receive, had to play the push, but plays it long into the body, gets a slightly passive shot from Xu Xin. Sounded like there was a Lone Ranger out there cheering on Lin Yun-Ju. But Xu Xin definitely with the bigger fan club. 12 years life experience. Over the opponent, that is. Fast long serve, constantly changing it up. Xu Xin keeping Lin Yun-Ju guessing on the receive. Doing an excellent job keeping it unpredictable. Earns him another game point. Tough way to go. Once again, the opening forehand becomes Xu Xin's, and the counters, the responses to those late in the game did not work out in Lin Yun-Ju's favor.
Third game, Lin to serve, level.
Back for game number 3, and a very determined Xu Xin has been playing some excellent table tennis in clutch moments here, just the same as he did against Xiaopeng, Fan Zhendong in the semifinals. Oh, there's an answer. Haven't seen it in a while. Covers the middle with the forehand. I was just thinking to myself, give Xu Xin the opening forehand once again. Xu Xin with a double check. Says, wait, did that really? There's table there? To handle the ball that well, as spinny as it comes in, I thought he had missed his window of opportunity again. Lin Yun-Ju catches this ball on its way down from the back of the table, still makes it with a slapping backhand. Down the line, the turn, one big shot. Not getting into the big rally. If that ball comes back, Lin Yun-Ju is going to have a long chase on the hooking forehand. Just goes to show you how fast. I wonder if that means the ball's wiggling in the air. Some players do a similar sign.
Net, love, 3.
Those subtle, cool traits. Hitting the ball back down into the table for control. Showing next level control on the receive. Misses, but not by a lot. First point for Xu Xin. You don't see Lin Yun-Ju far from the table much. Quickly trying to attack to stay in the point.
3-2.
Now again, from this camera angle, it's tough to tell how high that ball sits, but it's the second point where we've seen Lin Yun-Ju not going for the attack on the shallow forehand, or a ball that looks like it might be coming off the table. Maybe it's a clever tactic to get Xu Xin behind and play off balance.
3-0.
Suddenly Xu Xin right back in at the first towel break. Bit of a streak here. Again, this is the breakout game. Meaning, if Lin Yun-Ju is down 0-3, he comes back from that, it'll be crazy. But the likelihood is significantly less. Beats him to the backhand corner. It's a race to the position. Lin Yun-Ju's ball or Xu Xin's forehand? What's going to get there first? Fast enough, low enough to bend Xu Xin back like that, which doesn't actually stop him from making the shot always. Right off the bounce, the timing so early. Again, in Hong Kong, a friend of mine saw table tennis live for the first time and said, "Who's that?" That kid from Taiwan, he's incredible. He's so fast. Out here just the same, he's up by 2. Serve drifts a little bit too long. Once again, Xu Xin with the clean opening attack. Dries the palm on the table, cleans the top sheet of rubber, and gets ready for his second serve. Spinny, spinny. Right off the bounce near the table, Lin Yun-Ju extends his lead once again. See the way he got the legs into it, had to lean back as he contacted the ball. Oh, the net on that last ball, incredible points. Lin Yun-Ju survived every shot that Xu Xin brought back without hitting the net. Hitting it to the middle. Oh, you can see that ball die off the top of the net, stay very low. Heartbreak for Lin Yun-Ju, still goes for the swing. It's tough in that position to change your mind that quickly, try to fish it back to the other side or just spin it softly. Spectacular point nonetheless. Xu Xin with his cloud walking feet chasing everything down. Down by 1. Just too strong in this rally, Xu Xin. Again, Lin taking the ball right off the bounce here. Refuses to back off. Tries to spin it back to the other corner, stay on top. Second towel break, and Xu Xin has leveled it out. I think to myself, 10-8, game number 2, that point. There are always a few memorable points for close losses. It's not over yet. Slower spinny shot in front. Lin Yun-Ju just leaving it in front of Xu Xin. The variation and placement on the table and trajectory of shot, Lin Yun-Ju constantly changing. Very few able to play so calmly against Xu Xin. Second time we've seen a service point outright on the fast long to the forehand. But it didn't send Xu Xin on the chase. Xu Xin was right there for it, which can be more frustrating. When someone serves fast and wide to your forehand, you think, but that's my greatest weapon. Wei Shima, why? Good spin from the middle here. Xu Xin within 1.
Timeout.
Timeout on Lin Yun-Ju's side. Zhang Ponglong in the corner. Again, legendary player for the Chinese Taipei team. With with his own academy down in Tainan. Oh yeah, Red Bull. Seen some interesting drinks in the corner, from Yu Hirano's iced coffee to Lin Yun-Ju's Red Bull and water. Both of them have been drinking the water. Oh, Pocari Sweat, even better. Welcome to Japan. Irashaimase, the very famous Pocari Sweat, popular in Taiwan as well. I've had my share after table tennis at the local 7-Elevens. But what needs to change right now? The conversation. Qin Zhijian in the corner for Xu Xin. It's Ma Long's personal coach for a long time, now coaching with others on the men's team. I forgot the exact title. I could check my message as he sent me a nice little gift the other day. For a minimalist.
Time.
Well, appreciate it, but game-wise right now, Lin Yun-Ju, interesting. He's played passive shots from the forehand on the third ball on several occasions. Again, leaving it shallow in front of Xu Xin.
7-8.
His speed, very rarely. Xu Xin's speed, very rarely matched, but Lin Yun-Ju, his timing is so quick. Again, he was able to get through the explosive Swin 1 in the last round. He doesn't make many mistakes, that's the thing. Lin Yun-Ju gets so many balls back on the table, whether they're blocks, whether they're counterattacks, we'll see what it is. Ooh! Takes the chance, the big forehand, leaves open the table, leaves the door unlocked to the forehand side. Again, the passive receive. I think he was hoping for a second bounce at the baseline of the table, or at least a tougher shot for Xu Xin to deal with. Big counter puts him up by 2 out of the timeout. That ball's too tough. Hooking with side and topspin into the backhand corner into the body. Those are the nightmarish shots that Xu Xin brings out. Xu Xin, look at that ball. Looked like it was going off the table. Hooks back in like a boomerang right on the line. Down by just 1 once again. Right on the line. Xu Xin can't believe it. He had started going that way. Was it really out of reach for Xu Xin? Look one more time. Oh man, it's a long way to go. Potentially he could have got there, but it could have cost him a hamstring. I don't know if that's a price he's willing to pay. He has 2, but I think he needs them both. 2 game points for Lin Yun-Ju once again, just like in game 2. 10-8 last game. That was the point for me that stood out in my mind. Now he's on the receive instead of with the serve. Backhand does it, the quick backhand. It is stingy, it is sly, the silent assassin, Lin Yun-Ju, comes through.
Fourth game, Xu to serve, level.
Players back for game number 4. Pressure changed a bit for Xu Xin. Lin Yun-Ju at the top of the screen with his first game. Last game 11-8. The biggest differential, the most dominant game yet. And it wasn't a win by a lot, just 3 points, but every other game decided by 2.
1
A lot of heat coming in, doesn't miss the line by a lot, but still Xu Xin captures the first point. Beautiful backhand from Xu Xin. This is the ingredient that Chun-Chi has been working on that makes Xu Xin that much more deadly, helps him cover the rest of the table with his forehand instead of having to step around. That RPB, that reverse penhold backhand.
20.
Just missed time.
3.
Again, Xu Xin constantly varying his spin and his placement on these forehands. Lin Yun-Ju going very boldly for that backhand. We've seen it from in near the table on a few occasions, rarely from behind. So tough to deal with how much of what is on it. Xu Xin from down low, heavy side spin. Almost straight side, a little bit of top, but not as much as Lin Yun-Ju thought was on it. Still, he stays calm, doesn't panic. But it's Xu Xin who gets the point. Not a point dropped yet for the cloudwalker.
20.
Heavy underspin on the pendulum serve. His streak continues here in game number 4. Ooh.
Love 6.
We'll break there, the apology for Xu Xin. See one more time. It's barely long. That's off the top of the net. Interesting to see a chop come out. First towel break, not a point yet for Lin Yun-Ju. Oh, there we go.
1
Bit of
6.
fortune right back. Ooh. Hope Xu Xin's okay. Quick move in the backcourt. Sounded like a little slippage. Was thinking that's one way to get a point. Ball drops just barely over. Apology quickly from Lin Yun-Ju.
7.
That's a tough one to get away for Lin Yun-Ju. Opportunity to be in the game at 2-6. Not necessarily a clear winner, not an easy ball, but he's had tougher to deal with. Well, if Xu Xin can do that, if he can wait with his backhand up, spin softly, block, and then go for the big one. One big backhand, that's all it takes. He's going to be tough to box out here. Flat hit back from Lin Yun-Ju.
8.
Moves well to the forehand side, anticipates. Still closes the racket a little bit though. Keeps a little bit of topspin on it. Very unconventional forehand shot. Another net ball for Xu Xin, apologizing quickly. Just sort of clinching his fist for securing the shot after. Completely understandable. Wow.
9.
I'd love to see that one from down low. Xu Xin way out wide, has been known to hit the ball around the net from time to time. This one appears to be just over the net, back into the fishing game. Lin Yun-Ju keeps the pressure on, stays close to the table. 6 points down, the 17-year-old in the magenta shirt. Xu Xin stepping around that corner. It's his bread and butter. And he's melting that butter right now. With the heat on that ball, no question about it. 7 game points for Xu Xin to take a 3-1 lead. And there it is, heavy underspin on the pendulum serve. The cloudwalker up 3-1, getting himself quite close to another title here on the World Tour. We'll see what happens. Game 5, cloudwalker versus the silent assassin, Lin Yun-Ju, right after this.
Fifth game, Lin to serve, level.
So here we go, game number 5. Lin Yun-Ju down 1-3. Xu Xin 1 game away from taking the title. A long road for Lin Yun-Ju if he wants to come back. Has to win it in the 7th.
Let, love,
But the form that Xu Xin has brought to the table today, it's going to be very difficult for Lin Yun-Ju. Trying that fast wide serve a second time. Service error. Trying really hard to get Xu Xin to step around, play the other way. Wow, Xu Xin lunging, leaping, grunting, and looping back. Chases it down, Lin Yun-Ju's block. Counters it, and the heavy side spin carries the ball even wider off of Lin Yun-Ju's racket. Ooh, a little bit of side spin on it as well as Xu Xin tries to curve it out, play it to the line. Last 2 points. Both have had some side spin to help. Subtle amounts from Lin Yun-Ju, but contacting the side of the ball just a bit to help. Full Xu Xin on the receive. Right after that, Xu Xin gets himself back into the point. Counters this one from way down low. And a human moment from Xu Xin. Not an easy ball. He's made many before from over the table, but a little wider to the forehand. That's not his favorite place. It's uncomfortable, and it's at the back edge of the table, right in between a flip and a forehand loop.
4-2.
From that angle, it was tough to tell how much arc was on the ball, how much spin from Xu Xin's backhand. Either way, Xu Xin up 4-2 at the first towel break. Lin can't afford to be chasing for too long. Right back down the line, just a step, shifts, and blocks it right back like a moving wall. Xu Xin's big forehand comes in. Lin Yun-Ju closes to the very corner. Li Sun, Ma Long, Lin Ga-Yuan, Chen Xingtong, Wang Chuqin. Good crowd to be hanging out with, huh? Players section, I believe, not too far. Not over yet. Sky lob. Oh, tries to go inside out. Some funky side spin. Not easy to control. I know from experience against lobs, sometimes you get a little fancy on it. Had it come down, would have been very tough for Xu Xin. That's curving into the backhand. It's the difference between, what, 4-5? 4-4 rather.
4-5.
Right now it could have been 5-4, but Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Xu Xin in the lead. From behind the table, Xu Xin can be dangerous, as we've seen many times. On a rare occasion, we hear a sound from Lin Yun-Ju that's not the sound of his forearm rubbing the top sheet of rubber. That just a little bit of breath when he's putting extra energy into the shot. And he's won the point both times. There's more spin for Xu Xin to deal with. Receive game so crucial with Xu Xin's third ball attack. Not just behind the table, at the baseline, in the open rally, and even over the table, Xu Xin's been very strong. Focus time for Xu Xin. I was waiting to see when Lin Yun-Ju would bring out that backhand opening again. His Chiquita, the banana flick receive, can be quite strong. He just has to find a way to surprise Xu Xin with the placement to end the point like he just did. Now, in terms of opportunities, Lin Yun-Ju's had about 2 or 3 points so far that maybe should have gone his way or could have gone his way and didn't. Xu Xin very strong out here to get his forehand into play. Just thinking, if Lin Yun-Ju can get through this game and hone in on a few of the little details moving forward, Xu Xin's going to have a very tough match on his hands. It has been no cakewalk in the park here yet today for Xu Xin, but he's playing incredibly well to be up by 1, 3-1 in games. Lin Yun-Ju turns and invests everything in that first shot, still has to come back for the open forehand side. A lot of effort, a full stroke. And again, with the wingspan, Lin Yun-Ju gets a lot of racket speed on that shot. Guess who's going to be studied by the Chinese national team after this tournament? Just missing the back corner. This is probably the most fired up I've seen Xu Xin, and I can't remember how long. 2019, he's been a little bit more turned up in terms of the fire, in terms of the fighting spirit. Looking at a player who spent 11 months at world #1 and even then was not the most dominant player on the Chinese national team.
7-9.
How do you like the new Xu Xin? Do you like the temperature? Do you like seeing him fight? Do you like him fired up? Still the coolest guy in many ways, no question about it. But again, the temperature has turned up a notch here for Xu Xin.
Net. 7-9.
Lin Yun-Ju down by 2, serves on his side. Only Xu Xin, that's Xu Xin's copyrighted shot from under the table. Lin Yun-Ju with a very uncomfortable ball. Tried to keep it uncomfortably close to the back edge, but Xu Xin still managed to scrape out the topspin shot, and it has earned him 3 game, match, and championship points. Staying alive.
8.
Lin Yun-Ju, the silent assassin, keeping quiet here, but creeping back in.
Timeout.
A timeout on Xu Xin's side. 2 championship points left for the cloudwalker, the showman. We will see. He won a few years back. A second time for Xu Xin to take this title. Now is the time if he wants to do it. He's been so focused, hasn't gotten into too much fishing unless he has to. He's played the backhand a fair amount, but has still managed to get his forehand in. Hasn't overly depended on his backhand. I think right now he's played his backhand about the same percentage as his backhand is successful compared to his forehand. It's a good ratio to keep to make sure you cover the table well. Yep, 2015 was the year for Xu Xin. He lost in the final the next year, 2016, to Fan Zhendong. Back from the timeout. Both players now have spent their timeout. It's getting late in the match. Understandable, the crowd excited to see what will happen here. Will Japan be sweet?
10,
Will it be a sweet place for Xu Xin? Back from the timeout, 2 serves if he needs them. Cloudwalker takes it, the step around, the bread and butter, pounds his chest, and the fans race to the barriers, autographs awaiting. What a performance. Xu Xin, the only player who could take out the silent assassin Lin Yun-Ju of Chinese Taipei's team, the top player in Taiwan. But right now, the top player from China here today, Xu Xin, world number 3, taking the Japan Open for his 2nd time, was absolutely on point. Very much in form, and you could see that eye roll and the sigh of relief to get through this match. Xu Xin, congratulations. It was a tough road with Fan Zhendong along the way and Lin Yun-Ju in the final. But the timeout pays off the outright point. Qin Zhijian knows Xu Xin well, and still there's a little bit of debriefing. The celebration has not started yet. There's more to learn, and it is all in preparation for the strongest China possible coming into Tokyo 2020. Does the learning ever stop? Is there always room for improvement? Well, the answer to the second question is yes, but congratulations again to the Cloudwalker, the showman, Xu Xin. Stick around for the interview and the awards ceremony to follow.
Well, congratulations. 3rd time today. Yeah. First of all, could you tell us how the match felt? Was it difficult playing against Lin?
恭喜您获得了今天打完第3个比赛，获得第3个冠军。首先我想问您这场比赛觉得怎么样？然后和林选手打的时候有哪些地方比较难？
今天其实我从第1场开始状态一直非常好，但是决赛跟林Yun-Ju打的话，我觉得他还是有很大的这个威胁。他的状态也是非常好，也是限制我了很多的发挥。其实前2局是很焦灼的，赢下来以后，我觉得整个人在场上的信心就更足了一些。
So my condition today was not bad, but Lin was not bad too, and I was a little bit nervous at first, but now I could win the game, and I feel very nice.
3rd match of the day. Was fatigue factor of the match? Tired or anything?
今天是您第3个比赛，您累不累？然后这个会不会影响您？
因为这是最后1场，其实我可以说我确实很累，但是我们回到北京以后可以多休息几天。但是下面的比赛我还是有3项，我觉得我还要把身体练得更强壮。
I'm actually pretty tired, but this is the last game of this competition, this tournament. So I'm going back to Beijing and prepare for my next tournament.
3 titles at the Japan Open. Did you expect this result when you come to Japan this time?
您获得了3个日本循环赛的冠军，在您来日本的时候，您觉着自己可不可以得3个冠军呢？
说实话，没去想过，只想每一个项目我尽到自己最大的努力，希望不给自己留遗憾。但今天赢了，我觉得非常开心。
No, I didn't, because a lot of players are very good, but I'm really happy to be able to become a champion of 3 titles.
Well, great performance. Thank you, and congratulations again.
恭喜您！
恭喜你 indeed, Xu Xin. Outstanding performance to get through a 2nd men's singles title. And 2 titles today alone for Xu Xin, the Cloudwalker, the showman. Scores on screen. Game number 2 is crucial from down 8-10 to come back and win 14-12. Still, it was a tight battle, but 11-8 in game number 5. Right out of the timeout, Xu Xin took care of Lin Yun-Ju, top Taiwanese player here. What a performance from Xu Xin. And in case you were curious what the mystery word was, fatigue is code word for fatigue. And yes, Xu Xin is tired, but now he can be tired. He kept his energy through the match. Stick around, we've got the awards ceremony coming up with the 2 finalists in just a bit.